Hello, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited about these tiny pumpkins I crocheted, and I used these threads and I did 2 strands of them. So let's get started on how to crochet them. Before I do, I wanted to show you I did 2 versions. It's really hard to see, but this one I crocheted with the two like I grabbed the 2 V's. Then on this one I crocheted the back side to create these lines, so you can do whichever you like. So let's get started on how to crochet these lovely tiny pumpkins. For this tutorial I'll be using these threads that I have in my stash, and I'm going to make different colors just to give you an idea. I have beige, I have ivory, I have cream, I have white. Some of these are very thin, so I will be doubling them, double thread. Here's white, and then so on. So let's get started. As I've been mentioning, I have so much yarn, so many different yarn and thread in my stash, so I thought to myself, what can I do with them? So I wanted to crochet pumpkins this year, and I thought I wanted to make something different, unique. So this is what I did. I just grabbed, and they're so beautiful, and you can even use a needle holder like this. You can make a ring and then, put it like this or on your wrist. So many things to do with these. And it doesn't have to be a pumpkin. You can make anything you want. You can make an apple. You don't have to do this part. But I want to show you how to crochet this lovely pumpkins. While I was trying to take a picture, I found out I have more thread here. Every box that I open, something comes up. Look, oh my goodness, ribbons and lovely threads. This is DMC. I used to crochet a lot with thin thread, but unfortunately now my eyes, I'm having a... Well, when I crochet, I can go through it, but it takes a while for me to crochet because I'm using bigger yarn, and then, goes on. Okay, for this tutorial, for only demonstration purposes, I am going to be using a thicker yarn. I believe this is a 3-weight, and I don't have the label, but I did the vest. I crocheted the vest with this. So this was my leftover. It's cotton bamboo, and this color is perfect for a pumpkin. I like the green pumpkin. So I grabbed my 2.5, and I will be using this yarn. And for the stem, I don't know. I thought maybe I should use the same color. I don't know. What do you guys think? But I grabbed a cotton yarn that I have in my staff, sugar and cream. It's brown. This is what I used, but I used a thinner yarn for this one to create the stem. But yeah, I might use this just to show. But it's dark, that's the thing. But you can see it, right? I think you can see it. I don't think it should be an issue. Okay, so let's get started on how to crochet this tiny pumpkin. And you don't have to use thread. You can use anything you want. It's just that I used the thread in my stash just to make it small. Okay, so this is how I do my magic. Go like, yeah, it's split right away. And I do it 1 chain. And what I do is, in this circle, I'm going to do total of 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, and I'm going to pull this as tight as I can. And you can count these V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull as tight as I can. And then I'm just going to go right. Remember I said I used the back loop for this one? Well, the back V to create these lines. You don't have to. And for this one, I grabbed the 2. Now, let me show the other one. It's hard to see. See? Can you see my nails? It's I cooked with greenery, and my nails got dyed with the vegetables. Okay, so I do apologize for that. So you can see if I use the back, this is what it creates, and when I use the 2, this is what it creates. So whichever you wish you would like, I did 2 ways. So for this one, I'm just going to use the back. Like I'm not using these, I'm not pulling these 2. I'm going to pull the back to create that nice line. It gives that nice. So I wrote it down. I know everyone asks me for a pattern, which I don't, but this time I wrote it down. If you want a screenshot, you are welcome to do this. So this is what I did. Oh, I hope you get it. It's my notes. Okay, so I did the 6 single crochets. So on the second row, I'm going to crochet 2 single crochets in each single crochet. So, and then, we did 1, I'm doing the 2. So I'm going to the next. I'm using the back again. You don't have to use the back. It's your preference. So 1, 2 on each, and I'm going to the next. 1, 2, 1, 2 under the next. You can put a marker, which I didn't put a marker, but I will put a thread. 1, 2. Okay, and if you're lost, you can count these V's. It's easier. So you go 1, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's odd. Should have 12. Let's count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I must have miscalculated. Yeah, so 12. So we're back to beginning. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to grab the thread that I have, and just to show where I am. Either you can move it, or you don't have to move it. It's up to you. I'll just keep it here so I will know where I am. For me, I never use markers, but for this tutorial, I wanted to. Because I'm taping, look at what I'm doing. Oh my God. It's like unbelievable. Jeez. Isn't this odd? Okay, let me come back. Okay, so we should have total of 12 stitches right here as I marked. And then the next third row, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then to the next we're going to do 2. So 1 single crochet, 2, so we should have total of 18 stitches on the third row. So I go automatically. I go 1, and then on the next I do 2. I go 1 on the next, and I do 2 on the next. 1, 2. So it's like a spiral. We're going around and around without chaining or going up or anything. Just to point that out. We go 1 to the next, and 2 to the next stitch. 1 single crochet to the next, and 2 to the next, 1 to the next, and 2 to the next, 1 2, 1 to the next, and 2 to the last. So we're back where we started. So I'm not going to count. We should have 18, and this is how it looks like so far. Okay, and on the 4th row, what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet on 1 single crochet and 1 on the 3rd. We're going to do 2, so we should have 24 stitches. So I go 1 single crochet and 1 to the next one, and on the 3rd we do 2, 1 2, and then again we do 1 and then 1 to the next, and then 2 single crochets on the 3rd. So we just go and repeat this. 1 1, oops, and then 1 2 onto the next, and then we go 1 1, and then 2 to the next. Oops. So 1 and 2. You can do decorations, you could hang these on your walls, you can put them in the ball. That's what I'm thinking to do. Okay. 1 1 2. So we finish this row. We always finish, it's on top of that. Okay, so we finish this row. We should have 24 stitches. And on the 5th row, what we're going to do is we're going to crochet 5 stitches. So 1 1 1 1 1, and then 2, 1 1 1, like 5 times 1, and then 2, and then you, at the end you should have 28 rows. 20 on the 5th row. You should have a total of 28 stitches, and it's so fun. It's just the end result. So okay, we're gonna go 1 1 to the next, so 2, 3 to the next, 4 to the next, 5 to the next, and then 2. And you will notice that it's getting round. If you use a worsted yarn, this would be bigger. Like, you can use any yarn you want. 1 2 3 4 5, and then you do 2 on the 6th stitch. Okay, I think we have to do one more time. So 1 2, yeah, be careful because splits easy. Well, this yarn splits. Okay, 2 3 4 5, and then 1 2. Okay, so we're back to the beginning. I know this mark looks like there, but it's here because it's getting bigger, and I didn't move my. You can move it every row you want, but I didn't move mine. Okay, so we finished the 5th row, and now we're going to do the 6th row. For 2 rows, 6 and 7, we're just going to do single crochets on each row. And to do that, we just do single crochets. And like I said, I'm using the back loop. You don't have to. You can use the 2, like you can grab it like this. But I like this the spiral look. Just love gives you that 3D look. I know I'm obsessed with 3Ds. Yeah. So you just go around and around. So I will let you crochet 2 rows like that, and when I come back we will finish the 7th row. So 2 rows, continue crocheting like this, and then you will notice automatically it's getting tighter, getting rounding. Oh, yeah. So I'll see you back when we finish the 7th row to start the 8th row. I just finished the 7th row, so I should have still 28 stitches all the way around, and this is how it looks like. And you can tuck this in because we're going to fill it later on. So this is how it looks like so far, and it's super soft. You can use any yarn. It doesn't have to be cotton or bamboo. It can be any yarn you want. Okay, so we're going to start doing the 8th row, and the 8th row is 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and 2 single crochet. So we should have a total of 35 stitches at the end. So let's go and do that 8th row. So we go 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then we do 1, 2, the same single crochet. So we repeat this all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, and then you do 1, 2 on the same single crochet. Again, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 on the next single crochet. So 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I think, did I miss it? Did I miss it? And then you go and you count. Nope, it's 3. So 2, 1, 2, 3, and then you do 2. The reason I like doing single crochets because it gives that tightness, and then when we fill it with I don't know what's this called, I forget the name. When we fill it later on, you don't see anything, and you don't have to put it in a bag to hide it. So that's what I like about it. Just to show you, like, you don't see anything inside because it's single crochets. Even I use tiny thread, like you don't see anything. But if you do double crochet, you will see the holes gets bigger. That's why I prefer doing single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and then we go 1, 2 on the same single crochet. I believe this is going to be the last one, so we go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm not picky. The last one is 2. I'm not picky with counting, so I never count. Just to point that out. If you want to count, you're welcome to count, but I'm just showing you. Okay, so we finished the 8th row, and we should have a total of 35 stitches. So 9, 10, 11, 12, we're just going to do single crochets for 4 rows, and then after that we're going to start on the 13th row. We'll start going to decrease, and I will show you that. So you just continue crocheting 4 rows, single crochet on each, and I will move my marker because it's pretty down now, and then I will see you when we come to the 13th row. And this is how it looks like so far. I have just finished row 12, and I'm on row 13 right now. So what we're going to do is, and this is how it looks like. Looks like an egg. You can make an egg out of it, yeah, if you continue. and then continue decreasing. Well, we're going to decrease fast because this is going to be a pumpkin. Okay, so on the 13th, what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and on the 4th, we're going to single crochet 2 stitches at once, and at the end we should have 28 stitches. So this is row 13, and I will show you different ways to do the decrease. So I move my marker here. So we do 1, 2, and then 3. You can do 2 ways to do the decrease. You can go like this. If you're doing this, like 2, you can go like this, and then you can go to the next one, and then do it like this. But I don't like it because there's a gap here. So what I do is, even if you're doing the 2, you can either pick it from the front or the back. This gives you more tightness because there's not much room here. And then you go to the next one to do the decrease. So together you pull them at once, and then this way there's no space between, as you can see. This is one of my tricks. I'll show it one more time. So 1, 2, 3. Let's say you were doing these 2 stitches, you were crocheting like this. So you go like this. As you can see, automatically you will see a space between. There's a gap. And then when you do the second, see? It's bulky, right? So there's a space. So I don't want that space on this pumpkin. I just want it tight as possible. Well, I am already doing the back loop, but if I was doing the both loops, you could either do it like this, and it's tight, see? It's tight as it can be. Can't see anything. There's no gap between. So I'm just gonna do the back loop, pull at 1, again, pull another one, and then pull at 1. See how tight it is? So we're decreasing. 1, 2, 3. Don't pull, and then go to the next one, and then pull at once. This way you got rid of one of the stitch. So again, this yarn splits easily, but I like it. It's, see, as here it just pulled up because it must have split, and again here it split again. Let me see what I'm gonna grab it from here. Fortunately, I can't save that one. So what did I do? Sometimes I forget where so this is where I, see, you can't even see the decrease. It's so tight. So 1, 2, 3. My grandmother used to make cherries, strawberries, oh, everything with thread. She was so, I used to have pictures, like she would put it on my crochet dress. I remember. She was 82 when she passed away, and she was still crocheting. Oh, look what I did when I start talking. I did 2 decreases one side of by another. Better pay attention. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, and then do the decrease. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then do the decrease. Okay. So here, as you can see, this part is getting smaller and smaller. Okay, so we're going to be crocheting. So we did this part. So next we're going to do single crochet one, single crochet one, and then we're going to single crochet two together, and then we should have a total of 28. But you will notice it's getting tighter. If you want to fill it, you are welcome to, but I'm going to do another more row and then I will fill. So I'm going to do one, did I miss something? I think I did. Oh boy. Did 3 right. Yeah, now we're doing 2. It's better to check a check mark. So 2 together. Gonna do 1, 2, and then 2 together. So 1, 2, and then crochet them all at once. Again, so 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet on the next single crochet, and then 2 together. Just like this. Again, 1, 2, and then 2 together. I thought this would be bigger, but no, it's not that big at all. So 1, 2, and then 2 together. So 1, 2. Okay, again. 1, 2, and then 2 together. Okay, I believe this is the last one. So 1, 2, and then 2 together. Okay, so we have finished row 13 and no, I'm sorry, we finished row 14. So we're going to do row 15. And row 15 is 1 single crochet, 2 together, 1 single crochet, 2 together. So, and then at the end we should have 14 rows, but as you can see, this is getting tighter. Yeah, it's just shutting down. So what I'm going to do is, I had this pillow, I washed my pillows, and then in the washer, of course, or in the dryer, I don't know what happened, but this part was ripped apart, and as you can see, it just melted here. So what I'm doing is I'm using this. It's already nice and clean, and I pull it like this, and I make it as fluffy as I can. I already bought 2 pillows this year, 3 pillows, and then I replaced that one. So I'm going to be using this instead of going by, and it's very nice and good quality. So what I do is I pull this and I fill it. I fill it as much as I can. And I pull as tight as I can. So I continue ripping like this, and I make it fluffy. That tiny thing can be filled a lot of, and you just pull it like this, push it, push it, push it tight. And I will continue filling a little bit more. I will use the back of this to push when the hole gets smaller. So we're going to be crocheting row 15. So 1 single crochet, 2 crochet 2 together, 1 single crochet 2 together. So this row is going to be like this, and I'm pulling as I'm going to be crocheting. I'm using my fingers. So 1, then 2 together. Just use your finger like this, and then you don't see anything. This is what I like about it. When you do the single crochet. Of course, when you do double crochet, this is going to be way bigger. And then I jump, and I do a single crochet, and I single crochet 2 together. Just be careful not to pull, not to pick up the, I think these are called poly something. Yeah. So continue crocheting like this. So 1 single crochet and then 2 together. 1. It's going to get smaller and tighter. Oops. One single crochet and then 2 together. I'm pulling the poly. Okay, I did 2 together, so I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do 2 together. If you count, because my marker is all the way here, we should have a total of 14. So if you count the V's, because it's really hard to count the single crochets, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to do the last one. So this would be single crochet 13 and then 2 together. So we come right below the marker. That's why I don't bother counting, because you crochet so many times. And then this would be the 14. I don't think we're going to have enough room to crochet row 16 for 3 rows, because it's already getting smaller, but we'll try to do as best as we can. So it says single crochet 1, single crochet 1, and then 2 together. Yeah, as you can see, there's not much room left. So single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then 2 together. It's getting tight and it's getting tougher to crochet, and then 2 together. Okay, so single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then 2 together. So 1, 2. It's getting small. I don't think I can do 2 rows. We'll see. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Oops, I grabbed the other side. 2 single crochet and 3. The third one is 2 together. So I did only 1 row. Okay, I'm gonna finish it because there's nothing left to crochet. But the way that I did these, I did 3 rows on these. I don't know. It's the yarn. I'm blaming the yarn. And then you can see this is taller, but this is like this, just a little bit bigger than this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this so I won't lose it. And then I'm just going to cut it a little bit long, just like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chain it in and pull it. I'm going to grab my needle here. I have this needle. And this one the marker, I'm just going to pull it so I can use it in my future. Or I can just discard it either way. This is the only reason I showed it for you guys. Other than that, I don't use any marker. Okay, let me pull this pillow. So that pillow, I'll be filling lots of stuff with it. Okay. Yeah, you can use this as a needle holder. I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go between like this, between the single crochets. Ta-da! And then it's gone. I'll do one more. Okay, my trick is I pulled it all the way, my needle in the middle. Yeah, this is pretty, gonna grab a smaller needle. It's pretty big compared to the edge of the needle is big, so I grabbed a smaller one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is in the middle, I poked it, and I go all the way in the middle where we started, just like this, and I pull it. See? And what I'm going to do is, again, there's two ways you can do this. Okay, the one I did is I just went like this, and on this one you can't see the thread. I went between the single crochets to give a nice look. I think I like this one. I'll show you. You can either do it like this and then pull it, but I'm not going to do it that way. Okay, I'll show you what I mean, like that. You go back in the middle. And then you pull it like this. This is what I mean. See, I don't like the thread showing, so I figured I can play around with it, and then I can go between and hid, and then it gives you that nice pumpkin look. Like when you look at the pumpkin, it gives you that nice look. So what I'm going to do is, my trick is this. So I go between. Remember the ones that we did the back, we didn't do the front. So I just grab those and I pull my thread, my yarn. See, it's invisible. Just like this. And then I pull it. See how it looks? And then I go into that middle and I go back where the middle is, just like this, and I pull it tight. See? See? I think it looks nice. So I'm going to create total of 5, I believe I did 5. So I'm going to go across from here. So this is all I do. I go the thread between, and it's all hidden. Just like this. See? Magic. And then I go poke my needle in the middle, and again I pull it. Pull as tight as I can. See how it looks? I'm going to go between here. So I'm going to go just between these front that I didn't crochet. I used the back. So I go between just like this. And then I poke it in the middle. Oops. So it's filled right inside, so it's kind of tough to go back. Sure to pull this, and then I pull this. Ah, see, it's becoming. Oh my goodness! Oh, it's so nice. So I'm gonna make another one here. So there would be 4. 4. So on this one I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did this one. Yeah. Can make it like this, and I can make, you can make 4 if you want, or 5, or even 6. Depends on how many you want to. But I think 5 is enough. Just like this. Then you go back into that hole in that middle, and then you punch your needle back, and then you pull it as tight as you can. Don't pull hard or else you will break the yarn. So be kind of cautious, and then you will see your pumpkin is becoming, oh my goodness. I remember when I was a kid, I made a strawberry for a needle holder. No, I'm sorry, it was a hat. It was a tiny hat. And I did the same thing. I think I was 13. I'm 50 now. Think about it. Wow, years ago. I don't have that. I must have gave it to someone when I was moving around. I end up giving so many things that I made. I had this doll. It was gifted to me when I was 7 years old. I kept it till 98. And then oops, I poked myself. Yeah, be careful. It went straight to the middle. Yeah. Be careful not to poke yourself. Oh, I moved it and then I can't. Don't want it to bleed. If I press it, it might bleed, so. Here we go, right in the middle. So this is the last one. And this is how it looks like so far. You can even make another one here, because this one is pretty spaced out. I still have enough yarn. I'll make another one. Yeah, it bleed a little bit. I don't want to touch it or else it will bleed more. And I don't want to have blood on this lovely pumpkin that I'm making. All this hard work will go down the drain. Well, it will stain it, right? And stain, then you have to put the stain remover. I don't want to put anything on this lovely pumpkin yet. Okay, so I went this way. Well, I think that's okay. So I'm going back to the middle and I'm going to poke it. Yeah, I think I went, yeah, this is too, can you see it? Again, this is too big. I'm just going to, maybe, just don't feel comfortable. I'm going to do one more time. I have enough yarn. Yeah, just be careful because it does move around. So I'm going to go in the middle this time, but again, this it's way better now. I think I did more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I did. See, it depends on how it turns out, right? So I'm going to poke it again one more time. Well, I don't have to poke it in the middle anymore, but I want to secure this last it goes straight. Okay, so I secured it. So I don't have to tie anything. It's nice and secured. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this around just like this. Move it around. And I will just tighten this a little bit. Let me see if I can do anything. Yeah. And I secured it. I think this is see how it was tall? It was like an egg, but then when we do this trick, it becomes smaller. Okay. Like I said, you can either use the brown yarn, but this is pretty small, and this yarn is pretty thick. So, but it will look nice. So what I'm going to do is, it's gone. Okay, I'm just going to pull this yarn. Okay. Oh, it's pulled up easily. Okay, sugar and cream. These are all same. The brands are different. Bernat has this 100% dishcloth cotton. And then let me see if I can use this. I know it's going to be thick, but I want it as tight as I can. So for this one, what I do is, yeah, this is not going to work. It's too small. I have a 4.5 here. This is too big. Yeah, this is going to be too big. I want it tight as possible. So let me see, that was 4.5. Let me try with the 3.5. Let's see if I can crochet with the 3.5 and see how it's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to do a magic loop, just like this, chain 1. Yeah, this is tighter. And I'm going to make a total of 5 double crochets. This is the stamp that we're making. This part, the stem. Okay, so 2, 3, even 3 will do the job, but yeah, 5 is way easier to turn around. Okay, 4, and then 5. Okay, pull as tight as you can. And then we're going to go, oh boy, it's going to be tough. So we're going to go into this. And you can use the back. And then, so 1, So we're going to do 1 single crochet on each 5 single crochets. So we did our 2, our 3, 4, 5. And automatically you will notice that it's curling. That's how we do the stem of the pumpkin. And then you just continue 1 until it's you have the length that you want. I'm just using the back because I had a hard time pulling the 2 at once. Okay, and then you will notice, so just use the back of the length that you want. I believe this is my 3rd row and it's already ready to go. I think this is big enough. See, yeah, this is thick. See, this is already thick. Yeah, I don't want it thick. This is thick enough. Could have grabbed the other yarn, but I'm gonna just crochet with the same. Yeah, this yarn is very thick to this, so I am not gonna use this one. I'll just continue with this yarn. Like some of the pumpkins have the same color of the stem has the same color of the pumpkin, so it's not a big deal. Just to point that out. So I'm just going to repeat what I did. So I'm going to do 5 single crochets and I'm going to go around and around, and I'll come back to show you how to sew it up, because yeah, that is pretty thick, and the other yarn I put it up on the container. So I'll just use this and I will come back to show you how to sew it up. Okay, so I have crocheted the length that I wanted, just to show you. So I am going to just chain 1 and then pull it tight, and then I will put the thread on my needle again and sew it up. If you want to decide which one, when you look at it, you will see this is the where I'm going to put the stem. So to do that, I'm just going to poke my needle like in the middle, and then ta-da! And then you start sewing it. So I go back. You know, this is because I went a couple of times, it gets tough. Can make a trick just like this and then start sewing it. So you just grab where the single crochet is, the V's, and just pull it just like this, and then you go and then you grab it and you start sewing it just like that. Sometimes it will get tough, and this is how you sew it. And if you do it a couple of times, it will be secured. Just grab the last one. And pull it, and you're done your pumpkin. So, I'm just gonna play around with this and then hide it. You can knot like this, as I did just like this, and then just go in between, and then just weave it like this a couple of times, and then you just cut it just like this. And you are finished your pumpkin. Just pull this so this will go away inside. And this is how you crochet pumpkin. So I hope you liked this tutorial. I just wanted to share my excitement how to crochet pumpkins out of thread, thin yarn. You can crochet anything with anything you want, but I just want to use up my stash. And I hope you liked this tutorial. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, share it with your family and friends, and happy crocheting!